Hi guys, doing Chris Cyrus, your motivational speaker. So I'm here today having a business meeting with my business partner, Nathaniel P. So we run Aspire Higher. So we deliver programs in the prisons, do intensive one-to-ones, programs in the schools, and we're just planning out what we're going to be doing for 2020. What is our focus for the year?
That's it.
First of all, just probably a little bit more about yourself, because as much as the reason why we had to get together is because Aspire High is just one of the things that we do. So I've got a studio and I've got other workshops, other things that I do, and Nathaniel's got lots of stuff. So maybe quickly start off by talking about yourself, really, in terms of outside of Aspire Higher.
Yeah, outside of Aspire Higher, I founded an organisation called the Safety Box. We've had a measured impact of young people in the UK of over 8,500 youth. Work with a number of prisoners, and that's the program that's actually partnered up with Cyrus. Now in the prisons with the Aspire Higher program. I run another company, Genex. We're in the branding. The good thing about when you're self-employed, you get to wear your own clothes. You know what I mean? Hoodie and I feel warm. Jeans and trainers. You're fine. You're cool. You're smooth.
You've probably seen the Aspire Higher t-shirts.
You're probably seen the Aspire Higher as well. It's important that when you're actually in your own thing, you wear your own thing. So you're wearing your branding all the time. So Genex is a renewable energy company operational in Africa and also in the Caribbean. I'm going to be working on a national program, in fact, in Jamaica. That's a whole country that we're going to be teaching young people how to build and assemble our solar products. It's a commercial company with a social foundation. I'm also the chairman of Jamaicans Inspired, which is a diaspora organization connecting first, second, third and fourth generation Jamaicans back to their heritage. And we offer promotional discounts for car rentals, for hotels, discounts, accommodation, travel. Next year we're going to be panning out into actual flight benefits as well. So it's like a loyalty reward scheme. I do a range of other things. I'm a coach. I do martial arts. I train at a very high level.
So the business Jamaican Inspired, that's about what is it about?
Yeah, so basically it's about reconnecting people back to their heritage. So
and then you were saying these are the reward systems. So if you join up with the membership,
that's it.
These
are
the rewards. But the aim of it is to get people to visit Jamaica more,
reconnect back to their heritage. And there's a lot of people that have an identity problem. What I mean by identity, they live in the UK, and you ask them where they're from, and they normally say their parents' country. But when they go to their parents' country,
there's no connection.
Yeah, that's it. So it's really just connecting the dots.
And that's Jamaican Inspired.
And that's Jamaicans Inspired.
So these are the three main things: the Jamaican Inspired business.
Yeah.
You've got the solar power business, which is Genex, 100%. And then you've got Safety Box, with the youth company, partnered with Cyrus Consultancy, my youth company. So it's massive business. If people want to be entrepreneurs, so what you're doing is multiple streams of income, same as myself. As much as Aspire Higher, there's a studio, there's events, there's other stuff. If people want to transfer away from 9 to 5 and start to build up these multiple streams of income, start to build up their own businesses, I'll probably advise one at a time and not try and do too much at one time. But if people want to make that journey, like how do they do it? One of the things that I'm focusing on now is trying to support people to transform into self-employed. Ideally around using their message, using their stories. Some of the things that we're going to be doing is teaching facilitation, motivational speaking. But people want to go into their own business ideas. How do they do it?
Well, the thing is, it's upskilling yourself. You need three things really, three components. First is skill sets. Yeah. So let's say you want to open a barber shop and you can't cut hair, then that could be a challenge. The first thing is to upskill yourself, both in business skills and maybe the skill sets you need to actually run that business. The next step is actually to find partners. Let's say you're a designer and you basically need to get something printed. It'd be good for you to go and get a number of printers, let's say on the high street, and then you could actually then have a partnership with them where you can get a discount on printing. Now you're offering the service back down to their client, whereby you can give them a discount on their printing job. So they get design plus printing, which is a benefit to you.
And let me just slow it down. So first of all, they upskill on designing, then they get the partnership so that they can get discounts, so that they can do an offer. Is that the partnership? Is it primarily to get a discount? But there's also other types of partnership as well. There
is. You could actually join the dots. So again, going back to the designer, you might have a designer that is now getting a flyer done, and they only have the capacity to produce, let's say, 500. So they go to a big supplier and you say, look, I've got an order that is going to supply 50,000 flyers every week. They can't do that themselves. They're going to need to partner with someone.
Yeah.
So what they do is they partner with them and they get a bigger amount of money paid to them, which means that their profit is going to be more because they've got a bigger partner they're working with. And so, part of the thing around partnerships, yes, it can be beneficial where you're getting discounts and you're able to then sell it back to your customer as a package value added type of service. But then you've also got the ability to scale up and to actually earn more income by connecting to big companies.
Well, that's interesting because I think in terms of when we first started working together, I was delivering in the prisons doing a motivational program, and they wanted more. They wanted violence reduction and things of that nature. Now, your background, as you said, is martial arts. You've done a lot of violence reduction in prisons and whatnot. So then when I came to you for the partnership, it was so that we could offer a bigger package, a bigger service. So instead of a one-day program, now we can offer Aspire Higher, the 5-day program, violence reduction and personal development. So yeah, the partnerships, particularly if people have got different skill sets, they come together and they make a bigger offering, a better offering.
Absolutely, and the key thing about partnerships is finding experts. It's finding experts in your field, or experts in an area that maybe you're not an expert in, and then by integrating yourself into each other, you learn from that person, number one, but then also they're bringing a unique selling point and it's more added value to your actual customer.
And their reputation.
And the reputation as well. Adds to your reputation, exactly, So it's about the building blocks that you can have to actually become successful. But another key area is actually financial management. It's not spending your money unnecessarily. It's actually trying to look at ways in which you can minimize your expenditure by doing things slightly different.
So let me jump in on there. Would you say then, I'm working 9 to 5, I want to run my own business. Would you say, you're talking about cutting back money, how much do I need to spend to start my own business? Is there a figure? Does it depend on the business?
It really depends on the business, and
let's say service based, because we're in a service.
If you're
products
I do products as well, but if you're in a service based business, you can cut costs by, let's say, working at home for the first few months. You don't need to get an office, or if you do get an office, you don't need a huge boardroom. You can cut costs that way. You can think about social media as an incredible, powerful marketing tool. Starting a business on a shoestring budget, you can actually do it. It's definitely doable. Talking to people, getting recommendations. Getting recommendations from other people. So it's not necessarily about who you know, but it's about who knows you. Because if they know that you're a designer, then you can get business. You give them benefits by saying, look, if you can share this with your business contacts, then I'll give you a 50% discount. So there's ways around it. There's ways to do it, and offering your service for free initially to get them hooked onto what you do.
So my business started with delivering workshops in the schools or talks in the schools, motivational speaking in the schools for free, sharing my story, sharing my book. And then before I knew it, there was calling. Like, you engaged young people well, you made a transformation there. How much do you charge to come back in? So that's exactly how my story, my business started. Just going around to schools, establishments, offering for free. I've got one more little tip that I wanna share with these guys, because I know you may be interested in transforming. Don't believe or don't think that you necessarily have to stop your job. So there's a slogan that I like, which is ditch the 9 to 5. But I don't mean ditch it straight away. One of the ways that you can do it is you can look at percentage. And what I mean by that is the first year, let's say only 10% of the money you earn is in your new business. So 90% of the money you earn, a lot of your time is still spent in your 9 to 5, but you have got a book for sale, you have got a workshop for sale, or you do speak as a motivational speaker or as a coach, or you've got products for sale, t-shirts, whatever it is. Only 10% of your money is coming from that product, is coming from that service. And you have that as a goal, maybe even. The next year now you try and increase that. So 25% of my business is, the money that I'm receiving is from my business. Then 50%, then 100%. It took me 3 to 4 years to actually be fully self-sufficient in my business. So what I'm saying is, don't feel like you're in a rush. Don't feel like I want to start my own business, I have to do it all now. Don't be afraid to just take a small bit of your time, some of your resources, and start to generate income slowly. Start to build up your reputation slowly, so that in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, you're established, you're an expert, and 100% of your business are coming from your business. And then at that point, you can look at multiple streams of income and different types of business, and how you can use your business in one way and how that can transfer into other ways. So for example, if I'm doing a workshop in a school, I can now deliver workshops in prisons. I can now teach people how to deliver workshop. I can use the skill in multiple different ways to make money. Once you're self-employed, you can kind of, you know, make those type of choices. I know you've got things to do. Do you want to wrap it up? Is there anything else you want to say just around business transforming, just to close off the video today for the
I think probably one of the critical things is actually to get a mentor. Mentors are incredibly powerful. In fact, I'm going to go beyond mentor. I'm actually going to say business coach. Because by getting a business coach, they will hold your hand through the process. And oftentimes you make a lot of mistakes in the startup stage. If you can get it right at the foundation and you get your revenue model set up right at the beginning with a business coach, they can help you to actually get through and get through faster. So I'd say another critical component is get a business coach.
All right. I'm definitely going to be doing some events soon, and Nathaniel's going to be supporting them, and we're both coaches as well. If you're interested in coaching, myself or Nathaniel, inbox me, DM me, let me know you're interested. If you're interested in workshops around motivational speaking, around facilitating workshops, we're also going to have some opportunities. The reason why I'm really interested in people that want to learn how to motivational speak and put workshops together is because we're going to have an opportunity to work with us, to work in the prisons, to work in the schools, to work doing our one-to-one programs. So if you're interested in this type of work and you want to transition and you want to be a freelancer, you want to up your skills, just DM me so I could just get a gauge of how many people are interested in and what it looks like. Because 2020, we're going to be doing a lot of events in the community and so on and so forth. So we don't know what you're interested in, what it is you want to learn. We'll speak some more.
100.
You want to say, you want to sign out?
Aspire higher.
Let's get it. Let's go.
All right, fly out.